Hey y'all, Tex and I wanted to come on here and kind of do an update on one of the cases that we're working on. This would be the Star Boomer case out of Kansas City, Kansas, missing since February 23rd of 1999. You're going to see me looking down quite a bit. I got my notes here I'll be going over as we go through this. But on just to bring you up to speed, anybody who hasn't seen our other Star Boomer videos on here yet, please go back and check those out. But just a quick explanation. She went to a bar with a friend. Well, some reports say friend, some reports say roommate. I'm just going to go with friend right now until I'm able to confirm that 100% either way. But she went to a bar with her friend. It was Uncle Mike's Bar in Kansas City, Kansas. The name of the bar has changed once, possibly twice at this point. While she was in the bar and her friend was still there, a male stranger had walked up and threw her off of her bar stool for no apparent reason, and without speaking to her. Just threw her off the bar stool. The attacker was forced to leave. Star claimed to be she was okay, and she stayed. The friend stayed and finished her drink and then left with the intent to come back to pick Star up. The friend called the bar later that day and was told that Star had left with two men. Witnesses later told law enforcement that that's not entirely true. She was involved in another altercation. A man knocked her to the ground, beat her, knocked her unconscious, and two men carried her out of the bar, and she had never been seen or heard from again. Law enforcement is still searching locations. They are still actively searching for Star and investigating this. Foul play is suspected. In 2019, a Kansas City, Kansas detective told Channel 5 News, "We know her story, we know what happened to her, and we know who did it. We just need more people to come forward." Now, I'm going to stop right here for a minute and kind of explain something here. We're not looking into these cases trying to figure out who did it, why they did it, how they did it, any of that. We do look at these reports to get an idea of what was going on, what was happening, to give us a better understanding of where she may be. So we're not looking at this to say this person's guilty. It's not our place to determine guilt. That's for a court of law. So we are not in this to find who done it. We are here simply trying to answer the question of where is Star. I almost hesitate to go over some of this, but the information I'm going on is all public, all online. And again, I'm not trying to point fingers at anybody. I'm just going off of reports that I have come across on this. There's reports that a bartender was dating one of the guys. There's a report the bartender's car was later found burned. And there's a report that one of the suspects, they do have two suspects, and there's a report that one of their trucks has been missing since the night of Star's disappearance. Some other things she had going on: she was going through a divorce at the time and living with an on-again, off-again boyfriend. Me personally, going off of the reports, and I've found multiple reports showing all of this. I found reports that two men were arrested and being charged with second degree murder in this case, and the charges were dropped because none of the dozen or so witnesses would testify against the two men. Again, I don't want to point fingers, but some things here just stand out, and it could be that they had nothing to do with it. Hopefully, law enforcement does eventually get the answers they need on this. But looking at this, if a guy beat up a lady, she's unconscious, and that guy and another guy drags her out of the bar and leaves with her, there's a report law enforcement believes she may have been killed there in the bar. So if that were the case, you had two men with a female that one of them had just killed in a bar in front of witnesses. If they're trying to hide the body, adrenaline's going to be pumping. You're not going to think clearly. And to me, the Kansas River isn't real far from there. And there is a location there that a vehicle could be pushed into the river and nobody would ever know it. Being that the truck has been missing, one of the suspects' trucks has been missing since the Night Star disappeared, it makes me wonder if there's a possibility that she's in the truck and the truck was hidden. And I want to reiterate, I'm not saying these guys are guilty. That's not for me to decide. I'm going off of reports that I have found online. And these are through news media. It's quotes from law enforcement, detectives. That's what I'm going on right here. So in my opinion, in that kind of scenario, that is a fast way to try to hide a vehicle that has a body in it. And looking at where possible access point is and knowing how long a vehicle can float, giving on conditions, going back, seeing how fast the current was during that time frame, etc. I have been able to narrow down an area of the river I believe needs to be searched 100%. As soon as I have the rest of our equipment, we will be making this search. We'll be sonaring it, etc. Anything we can do to possibly find a vehicle, or at the very least be able to mark this area off and know that it's clear. There's also a pond not far from where the bar is that I'm still trying to confirm if it was there in 1999 or not. If it was, then I will be working to get consent from the property owner to search that pond as well. Let me read through these here for just a minute. While I'm doing this, guys, please share the video. Please help me get more people to come on, watch the videos, subscribe, like them, hit the notification bell so you're notified when new videos come on. YouTube has a minimum amount of subscribers and viewing hours that you need that opens up a lot more things to me on YouTube I would have access to that could help us get this information out to you better. It also helps with letting you guys be more involved with this, and instead of just watching videos and leaving a comment. So please help me get my subscriber numbers up. Like the video, hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends, and let's try to get these numbers up. This is a 100% volunteer thing on us. We don't charge families to try to help them out. If you're doing that, then you're in it for the money and not for helping the family. And we want to help the families. This case in particular, I mentioned before, I grew up with some of Star's family. And I know that family is a close family. And I mean, Star's nephew and I, we hung out all the time. He lived with us for a while, and just sweet people. So we just want to help families find answers, and specifically find answers of where their missing loved one is. Bring resolution. There's no way we can bring closure, even if we find a missing loved one. We can't bring closure, but hopefully we can bring resolution. And law enforcement, they are actively investigating every single lead that they get. I know they've ripped up the floorboards in the bar looking for evidence. Late 2019, early 2020, the house that she was living in, it was falling down. They were able to go down to the basement floor. They took cadaver dogs in. The cadaver dogs did make a hit on something, so they brought in ground penetrating radar. They did find some abnormalities under the floor, so they did dig it up. They dug all through it. They did not recover Star. I seen a report that they did take some pieces of fabric as a precaution, but she was not recovered there. So to date, she is still missing. And these cases we're working on, we will work on them from when we started until somebody finds these loved ones. I mean, we're not going to give up on these. And if you have any information on the Star Boomer case, please contact the Kansas City Police Department. I will be putting the phone number to the Kansas City Police Department down in the description. If you're not comfortable talking with the police, then please go to our website. Go to our Muddy Waters Search and Recovery Open Source Investigations contact page. Fill that out. Send us the information. We will get that to where it needs to go. And our website link will be down here in the description as well. We will be doing an update on the Randy Leach case here in the coming days. Digging through a lot of information on that case, I've been able to find out a lot more, and I am currently making a list of areas that we will be searching once the rest of our equipment gets here. And then a newer case we're working on is the Karina McClurkin case. This one is out of Kokomo, Indiana. And I've had some information come in on this case that I need to get to Kokomo and do a search on this one. Unfortunately, that's not going to be any day soon. But hopefully we'll be able to make it out there before long and search on this. But I will be doing an updated video on this case in the coming days as well. If you have a missing loved one, if you know of a missing person in your area and you would like us to take a look at the case to see if we could help, then please go to our website, use that contact page, send us the information on it. We will look at that information, and if we feel we can help out, we will get in contact with you and discuss the case, and we will go from there. So for now, I'm going to get on off here, but let's do what we can to bring some of these missing loved ones home.